Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an anti-haul. It's been a little while since I filmed one and I've been getting a lot of comments asking me to film one, so I thought I would sit down and film one for you guys today. I'm going to go through and share the products that I am not going to buy. I think maybe I film my anti-hauls a little bit different than some other people. I mean, I watch a lot of anti-haul videos and I feel like everyone obviously has their own style, but sometimes I get comments saying like I'm too nice or, you know, I'm trying to talk myself into buying products. I usually go through and there are a few products that I'm like obviously not going to buy for very clear reasons, and then there are also products that I'm a little bit interested in buying, but I have to, you know, think critically about whether or not I need the product in my collection. So while I might touch on the positive aspects of the product, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to buy it. So I kind of have to, you know, look at it from an objective standpoint. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, sometimes I am a little bit nice about products. I'm actually kind of interested in them. I just have to choose not to buy them because I have enough of those products or, you know, whatever reason. I hope that makes sense. I thought I would just throw it out there because I know people film anti-hauls differently and that's just how I like to film mine. So I hope you guys still enjoy this video. Make sure you let me know in the comments below if there are any products that you will not be buying because I would love to hear from you guys, and let's jump into it. Let's start with the Kat Von D Metal Crush Extreme Highlighter Palette. So this one retails for $36 and it is limited edition. It actually says in the description on Sephora's website, a super limited edition highlighter palette with 3 metallic shades for light catching dimension. So sometimes I fall into the hype of like limited edition products and I feel like this sense of urgency to grab them before they sell out. So I feel like that is, you know, a marketing tactic, especially these days because so many brands label something as limited edition and then they bring it back. I don't know if that's the case with this palette, of course, because it is a newer palette. It looks beautiful. The packaging looks gorgeous. The actual highlighters look so pretty. And I've been a big fan of highlighters lately. I've been wearing them nonstop. I've been trying new ones. But to be honest with you guys, I have a lot of great affordable highlighters in my collection. I love e.l.f. I love Wet n Wild. I do have a couple of higher end highlighters like Becca Cosmetics, but in general, I'm completely happy with like my affordable highlighters. So I don't think I'm going to be spending a lot of money on high end highlighters anytime soon. The next product that I'm not going to buy is from Urban Decay. It is the Distortion eyeshadow palette, and this one retails for $48. I have an eyeshadow palette obsession. I love them so much, and honestly, I'd buy like every single new eyeshadow palette. It's like my one makeup product that I just love and I can't get enough of. But I feel like in 2018, I need to take a little bit of a step back because brands release eyeshadow palettes like crazy, and I don't need to add them all to my collection. I've been trying to be a little bit better about it. I'm not great at it, but I am trying to be better about it. I really do like Urban Decay, but I don't know that I'm the biggest fan of this color scheme. I do like to wear color on my eyes on occasion, but I feel like for me personally, how many colorful eyeshadow palettes do I really need when I mainly wear neutral eyeshadows with like a pop of color on occasion? So I am going to skip this one. I have tried a couple of like limited edition Urban Decay palettes in the past and they've not really been my favorite. I did just buy the Heavy Metals, which I love, and that one has some bold colors in it. I kind of feel like because I have that one, I don't need this one. So I kind of feel like this one's going to come as a little bit of a surprise. I surprised myself when I decided that I wasn't going to buy it, at least for the time being. I don't see myself buying it in the near future. It is a permanent palette, so it is going to be around. So maybe, you know, in a year, if I need another warm tone palette, I'll grab it, but it is the Tarte Tartelette Toasted Eyeshadow Palette. It retails for $46, and I've told a lot of you guys that I was planning on buying this. I wanted to buy it, and I thought the colors were beautiful. I knew that I would definitely wear them, but I've watched a couple of comparison videos where people are comparing this palette to Urban Decay's Naked Heat palette, which is one of my all-time favorites. It's like my go-to warm palette. I would wear it every single day if I could, honestly, but I feel like I try to switch it up a little bit, especially when I'm filming YouTube videos so you don't see the same look over and over. But I feel like they are similar enough that I don't necessarily need both. I think if you were trying to decide between the two, maybe the Tartelette Toasted would appeal a little bit more to you depending on your taste. But because I already have the Urban Decay Naked Heat, I don't know if I need the Tartelette Toasted palette. I actually know that I don't need it. I've just heard so many good things about it, so it is kind of tempting me, but I feel like I said, I've been trying to be a little bit better about adding new palettes to my collection, and I have a lot of warm palettes. I need to go through and do an eyeshadow palette declutter and see what I'm left with, but for now, I'm skipping this one. Like I said, maybe like down the road in the late like later future, if I really want another warm toned palette, I'll grab that one. At the same time though, like all of you guys tell me that you love that palette. I haven't seen one person say they didn't like it. So I don't know, like obviously I'm kind of drawn to it. I just feel like I know I don't need it. So that one is like the hardest one for me to say no to, but you know, I guess I just don't need it right now. The next product that I'm not going to buy is from Kat Von D again. It is their Metal Matte Mini Eyeshadow Palette. So like I said, I haven't tried a lot of Kat Von D products, but the ones that I've tried, I've really enjoyed. And I'm kind of, again, drawn to this palette. It is a warmer toned palette, and I love warm shadows, but you guys, I have so many warm shadows in my collection, and I tend to reach for the same ones over and over. I love the Anastasia Modern Renaissance, Urban Decay's Naked Heat, and just a bunch of other shadows that I have in my collection. So I don't know if I need this one. It's $39 for 10 shadows, and I don't know the exact dimensions of this one because I haven't seen anybody like hold it or review it, but it looks kind of small. I hate to use that argument because honestly, I have so many palettes and I'll never finish up an entire palette, but for $39, I just don't know if I would wear it enough to justify the price point. I think the shimmer shadows are gorgeous, and like the one purpley toned shadow in the shade Velvet is so beautiful, and I think I would use them, but I feel like the other 4 shadows I already have in my collection. I mean, I already have shadows like all of those in my collection, so I feel like I don't need it. So let's talk about some new Too Faced products. Too Faced just released a brand new chocolate gold collection, and they have 6 different products in the collection, so I thought I would touch on them. There is one product that I am going to buy. I know it's an anti-haul, but I am going to buy the chocolate gold eyeshadow palette. That looks so beautiful. It looks a lot different than anything that I've really seen from Too Faced, and I feel like their shadow quality has been improving, so I'm curious to grab that one. I wanted to talk about the chocolate gold Soleil bronzer. This looks really beautiful, but I think I've definitely decided that I'm not a shimmery bronzer fan. I like matte bronzers, or I like slightly luminous bronzers where they give your skin a little bit of a natural glow, but I'm definitely not a fan of like shimmer bronzers. Too Faced does have quite a few like shimmery bronzers on their website. They have a ton of bronzers to choose from. I like their like regular chocolate Soleil bronzer, the milk chocolate, and then they have like a dark chocolate. I think that formula is really nice, but this one, like I couldn't find any swatches, at least when I was looking last night. It looks like it has a ton of gold shimmer in it, and I just don't think I'll wear it. I think it's going to be a little bit too dark for my skin tone, and I'm just not the biggest fan of shimmery bronzers, so I thought I would save my money and skip that one. The diamond highlighter looks beautiful, and it kind of draws me in because I don't have any highlighters like that in my collection, and like I said, I've really been into highlighting lately. This is one of those products where there's like a bunch of colors swirled together, and they do have swatches on their website. The swatches look pretty, but for me personally, I just talked about this in a recent video, I get so confused by products that have like a bunch of colors mixed together because I feel like you never get the same color. Like, you know, you'll dip into it once on one cheek and it'll look a certain way, and then you'll dip into it a second time and apply it on your other cheek, and you'll have like a pink highlighter on one side and a white highlighter on one side, and you can kind of go in like in the same spot in the highlighter, but I just feel like for me, there's too much of like a toss-up that I might get different colors on my face that I just don't usually reach for things like that. I like very consistent products. Like I like to know that I'm going to go into my highlighter and get the exact same color payoff, pigmentation, you know, everything on both sides of my face. So while it is a beautiful highlighter and it looks like you can get some different looks, which actually might appeal to you depending on your personal interest, that's the reason why it doesn't really appeal to me. So I'm not going to buy that one. Speaking of highlighters, Urban Decay did just release their Afterglow highlighter palette. This one retails for $34 and it comes with 4 different highlighters. I don't know what it is about Urban Decay. I feel like I like the brand. I actually love the brand. I've tried a lot of products that have become staples, my essentials. I love their lipsticks, their concealer, their all-nighter foundation, their eyeshadow palettes, but there are certain products from Urban Decay that I won't try. I never buy their highlighters, their blushes, or their bronzers for some reason. I don't know what it is. I just never buy them. For some reason, they don't appeal to me at all, like not even a little bit. I don't know if it's because I just have so many other highlighters, blushes, and bronzers in my collection that I love and that I'll use, but for some reason, whenever Urban Decay releases them, I'm just not interested in them, which is so, honestly, so weird to me. So I will not be buying this highlighter palette just because it doesn't appeal to me at all for some reason, and I don't know if I would get enough use out of it. I think the only shade that I would really wear would be the shade No Angel, but the other 3, just, I don't know if they would look great on my skin tone. So next up, I have something from Smashbox, which again is one of my all-time favorite brands. I think their products are so good. I love their face primers. I love their lip products. I like a lot of Smashbox products that I've tried, their mascaras, their liners, but I don't know what it is. I feel like their eyeshadows just don't do it for me. I've tried a lot of their eyeshadow palettes. I've decluttered some of their bigger palettes in the past, and I have like their smaller palettes, which are good, but they're not my go-to. So they just released these new photo edit eyeshadow trios for $22 each. So for $22, you get 3 eyeshadows. I don't know how big the actual compact is because, you know, there's no picture of somebody holding it for reference. It says that they are a collection of pigment-packed eyeshadow trios with perfectly coordinated shades. So they make sense to me, but I mean, I just feel like, I don't know, for $22, like that's a lot of money to spend on an eyeshadow trio. It even says that it's an ultra portable mini eye palette. So I'm just not thinking that it's going to be super, super big. Other than like the packaging, I just feel like their eyeshadows, like I said, aren't the most impressive things that I've tried from them. I have a lot of other eyeshadow brands or eyeshadow palettes that I like better. And I feel like in 2017, if you're going to compete in the eyeshadow market, like your products have to be good. There are so many palettes out there. There's so much competition, and I don't know, Smashbox eyeshadows just aren't my personal favorite. I don't know if I would really buy them, you know, anymore. Okay guys, that is the end of my anti-haul video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Let me know which products you're thinking about grabbing, which ones you're thinking about skipping, because I just think it's really fun to chat about the products. I feel like, you know, back in the day on YouTube, it was all about like this hoarder's mentality and you wanted to buy everything and you had to try everything. But now you can think critically about products, and I feel like it's important to keep your collection to, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a small collection, but products that you love that you'll use. So I like these anti-haul videos because it's fun to just chat about the products and think a little bit more critically about them. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.